I'd like to know about your brother a bit more.
Yeah, sure. Ask away.
When and how it happened.
Like,
When he died.
so a month. So July, August. Okay, I saw him in July and went to go visit him. And we had a meal together. And I remember that it was the very first time in my entire life where I didn't try to fix anything or try to be like, do this or do that. Why don't you just try this or what, being that sister that just wants to solve everything and make him feel good. And, if there's a chance that if you did this, that your life can change. I didn't say anything. I allowed him. It's gonna bring like emotions, but we were just sitting. Like I remember I was just standing, and then he just went on his knees, and then he just started crying and telling me, he's like, I can't do this anymore. Like my spirit wants to go home. Like I want to go home. That's what he kept saying. He's like, I want to go home. And it's just the pain. He's like, the pain is just too much. Like I just, and he was living alone at the time. So I didn't say anything because like for the first time, it's like he felt safe to be in his own pain. And that I wasn't trying to like fix anything. And I just sat with him after I just got to his level, and it was really heart-wrenching to see him be in that state where he just wanted to go. But still in my mind, you don't think that someone's gonna, and I've always thought that would never happen to me, that my brother wouldn't do anything to bring tragedy into our lives like that. And then a week before, because during that, there was a period of like 6 months where I was, I was visiting him, I was buying him food, I was, whatever he needed, I was providing for him. And it was a lot. But the week before, when you have someone that suffers with mental illness at that point, as soon as you see their name on your phone calling, it's like you got to take that deep breath, right? Because you just don't know what the call is going to entail, how it's going to be. So I remember he called me. This was the Monday. He died on a Saturday. And it was a normal afternoon for me. I was cooking, and I answered the phone, and at the same time, I felt like kind of chaotic, because then my son was kind of crawling at me, and he was like calling me like, mama, 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 and like I was trying to talk to him, and I'm like, it was just like, oh, I told him, like, Justin, like, I'm gonna have to call you back. It's a little busy right now. And I never called him back. And then the next phone call that I get was to tell me that he was gone. And the Wednesday before, so he called me on the Monday, he called my parents on the Wednesday. And my mom was actually so excited because he was saying all these beautiful things. Like, it's like his mental illness and everything was gone. It was just done. And he was telling my parents, how much he loved them, how he was sorry for all the pain that he caused, that he was grateful for everything that they did for him. And he told them, I'm coming home. I'm going home. My mom thought that he was coming to the house. She had bought all these things for him, new linen, new clothes, and they were having a barbecue, waiting for him to come to celebrate him coming back to the house. But instead, we have a police officer walk to the back, and he asked for my parents, and then just said, is your son named Justin Quezada? Yes. Well, he died. He's no longer here. He was in Barrie at the time. And of course, that's when everything started, right? The heaviness. It was one whole week. I don't think I slept for an entire week. But that day, so that happened on the Saturday, I called my neighbor to desperately take me to Toronto because I'm in London, and my husband had to stay home because all the kids were still sleeping. I got the phone call really late, and we all met at the house. And then I needed to go to his house. I needed to like something was calling me to go see where he was living. And I couldn't understand at the time why he went the way he went. And, this part, it's kind of one thing that I feel like I'm not ready to fully express because it's something my parents don't fully know yet. They know that he took his life, and that took a year for me to tell them. I held back so much.
What did they know till that?
So because my mom, there was the whole conversation, her assumption was that he was coming home, that she lived with, that he couldn't do that. He would never do that. My son would never do that. And because she was very in deep grief, she kept saying things like, if I find out anything else happened, I could never live. I do the same. I do the same. I'd kill myself. And I couldn't tell her exactly what happened. And what helped us with that was that because of how he died, it looked like a murder scene. The